Welcome to the Band Bar Studios channel and to day 5 of our 30-day Ignite challenge. Today we are recovering. You did so much over the past 4 days. We are going to help our hips move a little better. So we're going to do a hip opener series. All you need is a heavier band and a way to attach it to knee height. So feel free to use a stair railing, any post or hook that you feel confident in its structure, or you can use a door anchor. This transforms any door into an adjustable cable machine or an anchor point for your resistance bands. So I've linked it below. It comes in our accessory bundle. The biggest hack ever for home workouts. But let's get started. It's going to be super quick. Let's open up those hips. So this format is going to be a little differently. It's still going to be follow along, but I'm going to time us once we get into the movement or the exercise, and we're going to hold each exercise for a minute. So this is going to be quick, don't worry, but I do want you to know what you should be feeling. So again, band hooked up at knee height or hip height when you're kneeling. You're going to put one leg through the band, and I want you to pull it up as high as you can on your hip, moving away from the anchor to feel a pull. That's crucial. Tucking your back toe and going into a half kneeling stance like this. All right, so I'm going to start the timer now. And we are going to lean forward, feeling that pull on the hip. This is a hip extension. So opening up the hip, pulling against the band, and moving back and forth. Good. So you should really feel the pull once you're in this leaning position. And just move around where it feels comfortable. Perfect, done. All right, next, keep that band there. We're going to go in a diagonal resistance now. So not perfectly pulling behind us. I want it to be at an angle, like a 45-degree angle coming out behind you. We're getting into a tabletop position. Band is still up high on your hips. Now we're going to do an interior rotation of our hips. So what that looks like, you're going to stay here in this tabletop position. Look at this rotation here. So knee stays still, foot rotates out. Okay, so that's your hip in an internal rotation. Your knee is in. Okay, so you're here in this internal rotation. I'm going to start the timer now. And we're going to give into the band a little bit, so shifting our hips, and then coming back to a straight tabletop. So it's very small movements. We're opening up the hip with that band. So just move around where it feels good. But you're shifting your hips, giving into that band, and then pulling against it. There should always be a good amount of tension on the band. That's why we use heavy bands for these exercises. Good, 10 more seconds. Two, one, done. All right, next exercise, we're rotating again. So now we have the band pulling laterally, so directly to our side. We are going to bring the leg that has the band up. So again, the band is still up as high as it can go, pulling on your hip, just in a different way. Again, we're opening up the hip in its hip joint. So you're going to be here, back knee is down, but we're in this low lunge position. So legs are like this. You can put your hands on the ground. I'm going to start the timer now. So you should feel that pull on your hip, and I want you to push your knee in and then push your knee out. So working our hips internally and externally. Feeling where it feels good, where it's needed. Just play around with it. But again, constant pull on the band. 10 more seconds here. Done. Good. All right, and lastly, we are doing a pigeon with the band in this same spot, lateral resistance. So you're going to bring this foot over like so, and you can fully sit in the pigeon if you prefer. Your foot may be more vertical, that's completely fine, but try and bring that shin up as horizontal as possible. So I'm going to start the timer now and move away from the door anchor so you feel that pull still. And we are just sitting here in this pigeon. Feel free to rock if you prefer. You can rock forward, rock back, or you can just sit still and feel that tension on the hip. Feel it open up. Last 10. Done. So let's even it out. I have my door anchor now in the door. Hopefully, I think your view will be okay with me like this. So same thing, all we're doing is the other side. Other leg goes in the band, and we're gonna start with a half kneeling position, moving forward and back, all right? Let's go. So moving away from the door. Like so. That kneeling, that pulling on the hip, having the band as high as you can and having constant tension. I feel like this may look weird. So I know my lens is somewhat fisheye, or like 0.5 zoom. So I hope it's not weird. All right, last 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, now we're moving to that diagonal resistance. I'm gonna move all the way over here. So starting in that tabletop position, right? We are moving the leg with the band, moving those toes out. So remember, we're here moving those toes out, like that. So pull on the band, toes out, let's start. So you give into the band at that diagonal and then resist it. So our hips are rotated internally in this position, and you're shifting and resisting. Good. Last 10 here. Good, done. All right, next we have that lateral resistance. Leg with the band comes up, and we are going to keep this leg down. Ready? Good. We're gonna push out on our front leg and push in. Okay, so I'll lift this hand just to show you, but we're here, we're pushing out, having the band pull on us horizontally, and then pushing in on our knee. And we're opening up this hip here in its hip extension. So now that we've worked on this hip, this should feel pretty open in this position. Good. Last 10. Good. Done. And lastly, our pigeon. So we're here with the band horizontal or lateral. You're going to move this foot over, and we're going to get in a pigeon stretch. Ready? Let's go. Last 50 seconds of work here. So again, you can shift around if you like, forward, back, side to side, or you can just sink into the pigeon and let the band do the work. Three, two, one. That is it for day 4. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any workouts, and I will see you next time in day 5, which is a nice, good upper body strength day. If you enjoyed this workout video, make sure to join me on bandbarstudios.com. There you'll get access to over 200 exclusive workouts, free challenges, form videos for over 100 exercises, workout tips, and more to help you on your health and fitness journey. If you're not a Bandbar Studio member yet, check the description below for promo codes and click on that link to start your free trial today. See you next time on the mat.